What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a video. Hope y'all having an amazing day as usual. I'm back with my YouTube video. Let's get this hair straight for the video. So today in this video, we're going to be making a steak. So my steak game has gotten better over the years, I think. I actually made a cooking video back in April 2020, and the steak didn't look too good. It tasted all right. I don't think the meat was too good. It tasted a little off, and it wasn't like seared very well. It was also a really thin piece of steak too, so yeah. Acme, if you're gonna get meats, go to ShopRite or Whole Foods. I mean, I don't go to Whole Foods that much, but they do have good meats there. Trader Joe's also, but yeah, ShopRite really is the best place to get meat. Every time I get meat from Acme, it's not good, so do ShopRite. Today we have a really good steak. I actually got this on New Year's Eve. The meat section was empty. I was coming in for a steak video. I don't know if it's like their supply chain or something like that, but there was nothing. I mean, there was absolutely no chicken in the store, and there was only like a little bit of beef left. There was a lot of pork and veal, but chicken and beef, there was like none. So this is what I got. I think I happened to get something pretty good. This right here is it a New York strip? No, it's beef rib, but it's basically steak. And it's a product of Australia. This came out to $14, so $7 for each steak. A little bit pricey, but not terrible. Obviously, a lot cheaper than you get at a restaurant. At a restaurant, a piece of meat like this would be like probably $20, $25. So I say you get a good deal at ShopRite. So I'm gonna use this one, and then I think whatever the thinner one is, I'll save for like a steak pizzola or something like that. Or like a country fried steak or something like that. It's a pretty big piece of meat, y'all. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to get a paper towel, okay? All right, so first thing we just want to pat this dry. Because it's... Oh, make sure you wash your hands. That's number one. That I actually didn't do, so I'm going to do that right after this. You just want to make sure that there's, like, see, all that, like... I don't like that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wash my hands, and then we're going to season the steak. So let's get into that. Steak right here. It's actually steak. Look. All right, guys. So let's get this seasoned. The only seasoning you really need is salt and pepper, because this meat already has a lot of flavor. And salt just makes it taste better. I mean... You know, steak has a wonderful taste as it is, a nice tender, texture. So, adding some, I mean, you can add like garlic and stuff, that's fine. But when you start to go like cayenne pepper, paprika, all that stuff, it's unnecessary. And I don't say that for chicken. Chicken is really bland. Like, you need a lot. But like, even pork. I mean, pork you want to season well. You want to season everything well, but... beef, you can be a little bit more relaxed, in my opinion. All you need is salt and pepper. A lot of it, though. Sometimes I tend to go over the top. So something that you can actually do is if you really want, your meat to be really moist, you can actually, if you have the time, I mean, this is totally optional. You can just wait a little bit. Wait like 5-10 minutes, and the salt will actually go into the meat and make it a lot more tender. So if you want to do that, go ahead. But... I don't know if I'll do that. So I'm going to be using a cast iron skillet, and these are really good for cooking steaks. I'm not a big fan of these because they take so long to heat up, and they're very, very heavy, but they're actually really good for steaks. So what we want to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of oil in here, just a tiny bit, like literally just a drop of olive oil or canola. You can use whatever oil you want. It doesn't really matter. Actually, canola is probably the best. I have canola, but I didn't really think about that. So, the reason why we're going to put a little bit of oil on here, we're also going to put butter on here. This just really adds a nice sear. We want to sear the steak before we actually put the butter in. And that's why it's like to get that really, really nice crust on the outside of the steak, we're just going to put it up to like a nice medium heat so we can do that. And then once the butter goes in, you got to reduce that down to like a low heat so the butter doesn't burn. I'm going to be making the steak A medium. If it winds up being medium rare, medium well, I mean, so what? It happens. It'll probably be good either way. And the olive oil has kind of spread out, so one thing I want to do to test the cast iron skillet is just to throw a bit of water in there. And it didn't sizzle. Unfortunately, there's oil in there, so you really got to be careful with that. But the only time it'll actually catch on fire, I think, is if it's really hot or you put a lot of water in there. I didn't put a lot, so it'll spark up, you know, if it's really hot, but it won't cause a fire. So my favorite cut of steak is a filet mignon, but unfortunately we don't have that. We don't really have filet mignon money. I've had it before. Probably the most fancy we'll get in this house is probably a New York strip. Ribeye maybe, depending on the market price, but yeah, meat is very expensive, unfortunately. All right, so I think it's probably hot enough now at this point. So we're just gonna toss it in. Ooh, we got a good sear. Let me just put it in like that. And then just so it doesn't stick, now leave it alone for about a minute so we can really get a nice crust on there. And if you're really, really rich, go ahead and get some A5 Japanese Wagyu up in this John. That's gonna be good too, but yeah, definitely don't have money for that. Yeah, this one right here, I'll probably just use, either for a steak pizzola, maybe a Philly cheesesteak, whatever, you know. The sear is not the best. I'm not too happy with this, but I think as it cooks more, we'll be able to go more sear. We're gonna lower the heat down to a very low temperature and put our butter on. I'm gonna put a little bit of butter. Actually, that's not a little bit of butter. That's a lot of butter. We're gonna melt it, right? And then we're gonna put some garlic cloves in there, just like that. And mix it together. Make sure you get the garlic butter really flavorful. I usually put thyme in here, like little pieces of thyme, but I don't have any, so unfortunately, but it should still be good. And what you want to do is you want to baste the steak. When you baste the steak, it's 10 times better. That's what all the fancy chefs do. See, I can't really do it on camera because I gotta hold the camera, you know, but that's what basting is, but you go much faster than that. Look at this bad boy, just basted. That's a butter bath right here. Look at that. Woo! Yeah, not quite the sear I want, but the butter, y'all. Steak is finished cooking. I'm gonna rest it for about 10 minutes. I'm gonna cover it in some foil. Also, some people will tell you only to baste it for like 5 minutes. If you really want the best flavor and, you know, all the juices and seasonings to just, you know, melt in the steak, I think letting it rest is the best way to go. So this is our final result. Unfortunately, it's not really a great looking steak, to be honest. I did separate this part, which is kind of coming off, and it's mostly fat anyways. There was a lot of juice, so I just patted it dry a little bit, and I can tell it's probably a well-done steak. So yeah, let's cut right into it. Okay, so I always like to cut diagonally. I think I just do it for looks. Oh, it's a perfect medium. I thought this John was gonna be well done. Let's go. Yes. Okay. I'm happy now. I was not sure, honestly, but yeah. I'd say this is a pretty much a medium. Maybe a little bit on the medium rare side. Nah, that's a medium. Yeah, now that I'm getting further into it. See, yeah, this piece right here can go. I'll just put the fat on the side because I'll probably eat that too. My dog is literally eyeing me down, like literally staring into my soul. Okay, and this piece can go. I swear, some of the pieces are very annoying. So let me just put this together, like so. I'm gonna plate it, make it look pretty for you guys. Yeah, let's not do this on camera. Look what I did. Okay, so I put some of the garlic cloves on here, and then look. This is buffalo wing sauce. I'm not even kidding. The steak didn't look that good. I figured I want to make it look pretty for you guys. So yeah, let's get a thumbnail there. Obviously, the real answer is, does it taste good? I think I'm gonna go for this top piece because it's like the perfect. I would say this piece is actually medium rare. So I'll go for like a medium piece. So probably like this. This is probably a medium. Yeah. I've used better cuts before that have tasted better than this, but still not bad, you know? It's not dry. It's pretty tender, too. But yeah, it's not the best cut of beef, so it's not gonna give me the best taste, but I'd still say I did pretty good. I give it a 7 out of 10. That's gonna be for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and God bless all you guys.